What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the new episode of the Rondo, joined by a good friend of the show at this point.
Very good friend. Hey.
PFC Vintage, how you going, mate?
Good, man. How are you?
Good.
Thanks,
when was the last time we saw each other? We saw each other at Richmond's training ground, which was a nice little surprise.
Yeah, it was
the
good.
team came past, but we were just in Sydney for the pop-up.
Yeah, it's been good, man. We've had a few good hangouts actually.
It's been good.
It's been
It's
nice.
been good. How'd you find Sydney?
Sydney was good. Yeah. I think it was. I was expecting it to be, up there with Melbourne, and I know probably Sydney siders aren't going to like this, but Melbourne was so much better.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. Obviously, if we were there, you guys might have seen the vlogs that Christian put out. But it was something I want to ask you quickly before we jump into the kind of like football related stuff. I was like looking at my Uber the other day because we took Ubers around and stuff. I realized that my rating is 4.83. Now, I don't take Ubers that often. So I'm a bit disappointed there's not a 5.
Yeah.
Because when you think about like what people should be rating you on as an Uber kind of passenger, like
How hard is it? You sit there, you fall asleep, you play on your phone, and you get out.
I mean, but you know who I think it was, right? Actually, before that, what are you, like, quickly, and I know this is a bit of a digression, what are the 3 things that you reckon, and I want Christian to answer as well, that like you should be kind of measured on as an Uber passenger?
Uber passenger. Maybe hygiene. So
Yeah.
like it has to be like how you keep their car, right? Like as long as you don't damage anything.
Yeah.
Sure, that's one.
Yeah.
How late you are to getting picked up.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Anything else other than that? Like if you don't speak or speak, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
Do you have to offer them mints and water, or is it like
No.
a reverse
Okay.
kind of thing?
So-
No, I think that's it. It should
Alright,
be
cool.
just hygiene and time.
Alright,
Yeah.
okay, you?
Well, I reckon, majority of the Uber drivers, they're like international,
Yeah.
They love the
This
money.
guy's actually trying to get cancelled.
No.
He's towing that line.
I remember on the way to the airport,
Yeah.
I didn't have my mask on, and the Uber driver.
Oh, so
Yeah.
What? So you're losing points?
it was you that cost me.
It could have been.
It's you that cost me that
Might have been.
0.17.
He wasn't happy. He didn't start the car until.
Or I remember in Brisbane when we were there for the pop-up, there was this one guy, I remember we were going to breakfast, we got in the Uber and he goes, there's no passenger that just has 5 stars. And I had 5 stars then, so I feel that he was out to get me.
So you lost your star rating in Sydney or in Brisbane?
I don't know when I did, but I
One of
was
those
looking.
trips.
It was one of those trips and I lost 0.17.
So how was the pop up? Oh, it was good, but I lost my Uber rating.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about was I got stitched up either because Christian wasn't wearing a mask in one, which is not my fault, so...
Do you sync up like your profile, like Facebook profile with your Uber account? Because you know how you can like sign in with
can
Google.
you? Oh, no, I don't.
Well, mine has my photo, so I think it's actually me and my wife. I was gonna say, I wonder if it goes in years. That's probably Ryan. Let's give him like a
Yeah.
Then that's a racist Uber driver.
yeah.
So, but he was Asian as well. So now he gets away with that. Cool. Christian, hit us with some headlines from the world of football this week.
Alright. So, big news. I think yesterday came through.
Yeah.
Haaland to City, 99.9% confirmed.
Massive. Not gonna lie, I spent a good hour yesterday looking for Alfie Haaland's Man City kits, which was his dad. And I was like trying to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
there was like none to be found. I think I found one on eBay and it was like $250 without a name set. So I was like, yeah, crazy.
What are your thoughts? Do you reckon that's a good move?
Yeah, they need a striker desperately.
Yeah.
Not like desperately. They're top of the league at the moment, but they definitely it'll suit their system.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I feel like it's a bit more of a flex than what'll be successful. You look at like their system, and I'm a bit of a getting probably too technical, but their system sort of suits like maybe a back to goal kind of striker.
Yeah.
He's definitely not that.
Yes.
So I don't know, like, will it fit? He's definitely fast enough for the Premier League. I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, physically.
Yeah, physically he's capable.
A beast.
I don't know. What's your take like?
Well, I find it interesting. Sometimes I feel clubs buy for the name than for the actual play that fits a system.
Yeah.
Right? And I think you look at Liverpool's success in the transfer window and it's like very calculated and thought out for plays to fit the Klopp kind of style of play. And yeah, I think I'm in agreement, like Haaland is a fucking baller, right? But the thing is, like, can he play with his back to goal rather than be the one running onto it and driving forward? Like, likes to run at defenders. And also, they made those couple of one signing of that young Argentinian striker from River Plate or whatever. And there's talks about signing another one from River Plate. So I don't know, but I think a big part of this push to sign Haaland is because he has that release clause that expires soon. So
because after you're paying big dollars. Yeah.
So
I don't know. I wonder if it's City as a brand, like not as a football club. Mbappe signing for PSG was massive because it's PSG, it's Mbappe. Yeah. They were kind of both on the rise together. I think it was kind of good timing.
Yeah.
City, I don't know. I feel like it's a weird one because I know they've been around for a long time, but they don't have the successful history that other clubs like United was probably a good example, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to sign for United now purely because of the situation.
Yeah. No.
But does he get that same sort of trajectory that Mbappe had with PSG at City? Probably not. I don't know. I feel like he's kind of already there.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Like PSG, obviously historic brand, right? Like Ronaldinho had played there before and they were on the come up, like you said, but also a historic kind of city in itself.
Yeah.
And Manchester is like, you like when I went there, you could get tickets for free to go to. Like I'm not taking the piss. Like I asked my mate who worked at Old Trafford, can you get me tickets to United game? He's like, nah, but I can get you tickets to like City, easy.
Wow.
So. And things might have changed in that period of time, but I think for Haaland, maybe the play might be like one of the giants in Spain. Talks of like Barcelona or Real Madrid.
I would have assumed something like that.
I thought something like that would have been good for him.
Yeah.
But City don't have an out-and-out striker.
But I guess if you're trying to be in the best team in the world right now, you probably can't look much further past City.
No.
Like globally, I know Champions League success hasn't come, but there's you look at the rest of the leagues, like even looking at Real and Barca, they're not at that level.
No.
Like they're thereabouts. They're not too far away. They're not as bad as they were at the start of the season.
No.
But that league is quite even at the moment. It's not just them two standalone like it normally would be.
Yeah, and I think Barcelona with their financial stuff could be tough to part with that kind of cash and then the wages on top of that.
Yeah,
and obviously Haaland's agent is Mino Raiola, so that as well will command a little bit of fee because you're working with him. So I think that it's a logical thing for City to pursue not having a striker, a big name, and obviously with that release clause kind of like coming to an end.
Yeah.
75 million euros for a player like Erling Haaland.
That's huge. I saw you mentioned Mino Raiola, the contract with his share of the transfer. Oh my god, it's obscene. I didn't expect, but I thought our agent might take 10-20%. His is massive. It's way
crazy.
more than that.
Yeah.
He's making stupid amount of millions out of this deal. So man, if that gets across the line, it's pretty big.
One. All right. What's next?
Okay, Burnley's Ben Mee. Player / coach.
So okay, look, kick in the guts, Dyche getting the sack, right? Surely.
Horrible.
Oh man, I felt bad. Like let him see out the season. More like a tough situation because obviously relegation battle.
Yeah.
If you let him see out the season and it doesn't work, it's shit. But it's kind of like discredit to him for what 15. I think it was 15 years of service.
I thought 10.
It was 10. He was the longest serving up until he got sacked, right? In the Premier League.
Yeah.
So that's huge. Oh man, I don't know. It's so cringy just having a player coach. Surely we're past that.
Yeah,
was that this week as well?
It was this week. He was on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Ben Mee's jacked, bro, when he was wearing that.
Epic player. Like, brilliant player.
Yeah. But how does that...
Yeah.
I read that on Off The Sport and I was like, this is just... And even the caption was like, this is the most Burnley thing you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a publicity stunt? Do you think it's like Ben Mee's universally liked by supporters, the general sort of football community? Could it be like that he
bleeds Burnley?
Well, yeah, maybe that's like, okay, you know what? We can't appoint someone that everyone's going to hate again.
Yeah.
Like say, United appointing Ralph.
Yeah.
People kind of don't really care that he's there now because of who he is. And it's sort of like an interim coach. It's a waste.
Yeah.
At least if we put Ben Mee there, it's like, you know what? The club's putting someone with like good values at the helm.
Yeah, so still has the DNA of the club, but
without taking the risk of employing a new manager. He probably hasn't even had to renegotiate a contract. He's probably just running on the same terms.
Yeah. I think it's a tough one. Like Sean Dyche was, for what he achieved at Burnley, keeping them in the Premier League for that long. Yeah. Like you think with 8 games left, you give him a chance. It's not like they're guaranteed relegation,
No.
And also you're taking a risk that the new manager bounce will happen.
Yeah. And that's not proven. It's usually just a theory, right?
It's just a theory that we as fans just come up with that kind of new manager bounce thing, and it's like, and then looking at the market of who's available and who's going to take the Burnley job.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Sam Allardyce? Yeah. Well, I was surprised that there wasn't a throw at someone like a Big Sam that would take that. That it's always the relegation battle manager.
Yeah.
But it's proven to work. Like I think he did it with Palace recently.
Yeah.
It's like kind of does the job. Like he gets results.
And I feel sorry. I love Sean Dyche's his press conferences and stuff like that. And it's a tough one. What do you think that loyalty to a manager like that's been around for ages.
Oh, I'm a Chelsea supporter. It's the worst person probably to ask. we bin you as soon as you're shit.
Yeah. Good self-awareness there.
Yeah. Look, I think it's hard. I think it needs to be relative too, right? Like, you're looking at Burnley as a mid-table club, like at best, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, I think in a good season they might have finished 6th or 7th.
Yeah. Didn't they play Europe one year?
I think they did.
Possibly, yeah. Right? And they were good. Like, when they had Chris Wood, you know, they had a really good team. Like, for even the last 5 years, like it was reasonable. I remember they knocked off us in like round 1 of the Prem once, and I was like, I think they beat us 4-0.
Yeah,
we got absolutely rolled. I'm like,
well, I mean, the year they got promoted, United went to Turf Moor and lost.
Yeah, see.
So
it was a fortress, right? Like, it was hard to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. Back to your question. Yeah.
Physical team.
Loyalty, I don't know, from a coaching sense, I feel like there should be, but if it needs to be warranted with a success. So, like, I think, you know, you need to have, like, for example, if Liverpool turn to shit next year or the year after, do they sack Klopp instantly?
Good question.
Surely not. Surely he's got maybe a year of bad performances. Like, you look at Leicester sacking Ranieri the following season. That was horrible. Surely you have a manager that wins you a 1 in 500 chance.
At a league title.
And then they beat him the next season. I don't even know how far in it was. I don't think it was that far though. I think that's a bit of a kick in the guts.
Look, I mean, when you think of Burnley, you think of Sean Dyche, right? So I think there has to be an element of kind of like, you have to back your manager in, and especially like there's not long left. He just got a win, I think, before. Who did they play? I can't remember. Like they won a game against Everton.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was like 2-0 down or something, and he like goes to the press conference and he goes, "I told my boys that they don't know how to win a game and stuff like that." Like, you know, like he.
Checked them up.
You think that like there would be a little bit of kind of like you back your manager in to get you over the line. I think 8 games left is tough to find a new manager to come in with a new structure, new philosophy. You know, some might argue that Arsenal might need to change things up.
I think they're on the way up. I don't know. I don't mind where they're at.
3 games in the loss?
Yeah, but I feel like they're developing. They went what? Before those 3 games?
The tease.
It is. I think, look, they need some players though. But
well, we went nowhere in January. Got no one.
That's concerning. But it's obviously it's concerning from I guess an outlook. But if you're inside and you see development and it's happening, especially before those 3 games, it was like 5 or something on the trot. It's you take that, right? Like you think, all right, things are working. People starting to believe in Arteta. Arteta ball's a thing now. It's not just a floating balloon.
I reckon Arsenal should hire Sean Dyche.
Oh, whack.
Yeah, clip that right there.
Does that mean Arteta goes to Burnley? Or?
Arteta to Burnley. Yeah, do a transfer, just a swap, you know what I'm saying? Like, change things up a little bit.
We get Ben Mee as well.
Yeah, get Ben Mee, assistant coach player.
You can do with a good centre back, let's be honest.
Look, I personally think it was a bit rough, Burnley, to sack Sean Dyche, especially in the thick of the relegation battle. So yeah, hopefully Ben Mee gets them across the line. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Maybe they need a bit of League One football championship.
Maybe Arsenal too. Yeah. What do you got?
Alright, last one. Arsenal, United, or Tottenham for the top 4.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like Snog, Marry and Avoid.
Do you know? You go.
So say again. So Arsenal, United, Tottenham for top 4.
Top 4. So Tottenham are on 54. Arsenal.
And then Tottenham 57. 53 games played.
Yeah.
Arsenal 54. 51 games played.
33. Wait.
Oh yeah, sorry. 33. Sorry, I'm saying getting my numbers mixed up. Anyway, the points are 57, 54, 54. Yeah. But United have played 2 to 3 games more than Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah. Arsenal had a game in hand.
Yeah.
There's only one spot, right? I'm assuming that we're going to say that Chelsea's safe.
Yeah, we're going to say Chelsea's safe.
And Liverpool and City are untouched.
Yeah, untouched.
Yeah. So they would, I think Liverpool, they would have to lose everything for the rest of the season. What is it, 8 games left? 7 games left?
7 games.
I'm going to say Tottenham. As much as that burns me. Tottenham or Arsenal, I think United's in an absolute mess. Sorry, but it's true. I feel like
celebrating like the Champions League is when you beat Norwich.
But I thought there's so much.
What are you talking?
You celebrated like you won the
Excuse me. When's the last time you played Champions League? Yeah. So
wow. I feel like Arsenal's on the rise.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not there yet. I reckon next year, if they sign a few good players, that's their year to make top 4. I feel like Tottenham can pull results out of nowhere. Like we saw, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago when Son and Kane started firing again. Like it's been non-existent for so long, but they're there or thereabouts.
Also have like Conte experience.
Yeah. My heart wants to believe.
Yeah.
All right. Like I really like I do the math every time I look at the table. I'm like, if Arsenal just drop point, which they will, they always bottle it anyway. So I'm not worried about Arsenal. You know what I mean? But like I think Spurs. If I go with head, I think Spurs for the reason that you mentioned. Antonio Conte, like when they had that position to be filled, was the most logical choice. The proven winner, experience at the highest level.
Yeah.
And then you look at like the leadership in a team. Like I think Arsenal lack that. I think United lack that. And like Harry Maguire like is not a United captain in my opinion. But even like someone like Cristiano Ronaldo that like just like sulks on the pitch rather than tries to get the team going, I think is a difficult situation. I think Harry Kane, Son, you've got Hugo Lloris, like you've got like players there that are seasoned players that have played a Champions League final. Yeah. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
And then based on that experience and those numbers, it's hard to look past them.
I had a chat with some mates the other day about Tottenham's like leadership group, right? And Son aside, because I don't know what his English is like, and whether he has that power to control a dressing room.
Yeah.
But you take, and I don't think who's their captain? Lloris is their captain.
Lloris, yeah.
Okay, so you take Lloris out of the equation, and Kane out of form, and then you're like, hang on, this dressing room is rocked.
Yeah.
Who's your next leader? Is it Dyer?
Yeah.
I think. But then outside of that, we looked at the entire list, and we don't know these guys personally. So we're sort of speculating a bit. Yeah. But there's no one.
You just watched the Amazon documentary.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
You should though. Yeah. But I think it's like when you go through like Arsenal's list of like who might be the leaders in that squad. I mean, like.
But like, you got what? You got Odegaard, but he's like only just.
Yeah, the fact that you started with Odegaard means there's no one on that
exactly.
list.
But
they all have qualities, but like they haven't. I don't know. They haven't been at the club that long, and I don't know. Just it feels weird when a new player comes in and they're just captain.
Yeah, you're not like Maguire. Yeah.
I think, like on paper, United should be fourth.
Yeah.
For purely and like this is not like me like having to go, but like it's just for quality and experience, like United should be fourth. But the thing is, like I think when you have an interim manager and you have a player like players that obviously don't respect the backroom staff and stuff like that, that's going to be hard to pull. So I think Spurs. But even then, like against Brighton, they were horrible.
They have beat they're either like elite, like they'll beat anyone, or they'll lose to everyone. It's just there's no in between. There's no consistency with Spurs.
Like before the Brighton game, they won like what 5-0 or something.
They beat Aston Villa.
Yeah. And that was that game. Like Harry Kane was playing like right midfield essentially, and just pinging balls into the box for fun.
And I think in this kind of race, like the most pivotal person is the manager, and so like I look at it like who are the managers of these three teams, and who is the most experienced at that level to get a team to that point.
Yeah.
And you're looking at Ralph Rangnick, who hasn't been a coach. The last role he had was technical director at a team in Russia. Yeah. You look at Arteta, who hasn't been a coach for a long time, and arguably didn't taste as much success as a player, at that level. And then you look at Antonio Conte, who came from like Inter Milan, who had just like achieved like massive success, who was like Chelsea, Juventus, and you go on paper, that is a manager that will get your team into the top.
Yeah, there's like 8 titles or something there in his last 10 years. It's crazy. Like I don't know that Juventus period was a bit, Farmers League vibes, but
but you still take it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. My heart says United because as an Asian, the math still checks out. as an Asian, the math still checks out. We can still do it. Head-wise, I think Spurs. I think Arsenal are just not quite there for me.
Yeah.
So cool. You go.
No, I've gone Tottenham, Arsenal, United. I think it's going to be in that order.
Yeah. Oh, in that. Yeah, I'm going to go Tottenham, United, Arsenal.
I'm going to go with Paul. Yeah.
Even Spurs above Arsenal.
You want Spurs above Arsenal?
Yeah, just base. Yeah.
Head before heart.
I've already given my heart to this club.
Random one before we change topics. Yeah. Do you remember where United finished last season?
Second. That's crazy.
How crazy. Like, looking back now in the position that they're in, and it just seems like absolute turmoil, and all the shit that Ollie copped last year, to think they still finished second. They were essentially where Liverpool are now.
Yeah.
Like, how can you compare those two? Nuts.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Thanks for reminding me.
That's okay. I thought anything to rag on United is good.
Oh my god, yeah. Alright, what clips have you got for us?
Give me. I'm excited for this.
The first one, it's like a 3-clip one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like rank the chant.
Rank the chant.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, cool.
Alright, sick. I love this.
Press play.
This is already number one. I feel like it can't get better than this.
Yeah, that's good.
Epic. This is so sick.
That's...
I don't mind this one.
It's a bit cringy, isn't this one? But this at the pub would fucking be nuts.
Hey, this one is epic, bro. That's so good.
Oh, that's sick.
That's amazing.
That's so, yeah, this would go nuts.
Yeah.
All the Macedonians would be hating this.
So even this one, right? So even this, like, you look at the passion from the first two, and this is United fans, and it sounds like it already sounds like they can't be bothered.
Just dead.
Oh, we're gonna have to
just beat this one. This is horrible.
We're gonna have to watch it anymore. Can we stop that?
Do you know that one though?
Yeah, of course I know that.
Yeah,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel
Do
like
I sing that every time Christina walks past because she hates it? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I sing it by myself with more passion than that.
I feel like that's a comfortable 3. That last one.
That yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we work up the ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, you go first.
Oh, those next two are hard. I like the Coutinho one. I feel like
It's just.
I heard it once and it was stuck in my head for like 3 days. And I'm not even a Villa supporter, but I was like, oh my god, this is epic.
Yeah.
The second one is hilarious and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just like, I don't know, maybe musically I'm not someone that's inclined to that sort of thing. But it's like, it's Coutinho purely because it's like, it's just on the money with all the things.
Yeah.
But only just because it's that Sweden one was absolute pisser.
Yeah, for me, Ginger from Sweden. I mean that is an amazing line.
Yeah.
Then the Coutinho one. Then you know what? Like we just do top 2 because I'm not even gonna bother.
That's last.
Alright. Is it? Do I keep on?
Yeah, you keep going. Okay, so this guy is a streamer.
Yeah.
Do you know him? He goes by the name of Speed.
Yeah.
I show Speed.
Yeah.
He loves Ronaldo. I think he only.
Yeah,
goes
he's
Ronaldo.
like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. And there's a few.
Okay, I'm completely like newbie to this. I have no idea what this is. This is good.
Soccer football team do you support? Cristiano Ronaldo, Suey.
Oh yeah, I've heard this. Yeah. Oh my god.
Mate, can you hear me? I can't hear you. You can't right now?
I'm just laughing at the fact that it's promoting talk to strangers.
So who is this jacked Ronaldo?
Yeah, he plays WWE.
I say yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
Creates players.
He's not even saying it right.
Yeah, that's what's fun.
Oh.
I'm more concerned for this guy.
So he.
Oh my god. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to go with that.
I don't know.
He's so funny. Like,
I almost feel bad for him. I feel like no one's told him. Because, there's one of those things where it's like, you become viral because of what you say, and then you roll with it.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like he still doesn't know what's funny.
Yeah. No,
He's like, he thinks he's saying, first of all, how do you go from Cristiano Ronaldo to Cristo Ronaldo? It makes no sense. You lost like a bunch of syllables in the middle. And then and then
He recovered a bit, I think.
Did he?
Like, he went from like Sui to Sue, and then he's like, okay, he's almost there. Like,
Yeah, I mean, look, you know who loves this guy? My best man in the wedding, my best friend Yaz. He was the first person to introduce me to this guy. And then the message he sent me was just a clip, and it just said Cristiano Ronaldo Sui, and I was like, this is amazing.
This has to be good.
Yeah, incredible. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't know what to
I'm not gonna
say.
lie to you. I feel like I have a headache after I watched that.
I just like this facial expression. Kind of remind me of the guy from Friday, the dad.
I
The
don't
guy
know.
that's have you seen like the guy? He's eating cereal. Oh yeah, okay.
yeah.
Too old
Yeah.
for you guys. Too old for you guys.
We'll
Watch
find it.
Yeah, watch Friday. It's fine.
Okay, cool. What's his last one?
I think there's 2 more.
There's 2 more? Okay, here we go.
Oh shit!
That was that gun. At
It
the,
took me a moment.
Oh yeah, I was like,
It took me a
wait.
minute. I was like, I don't get it. And then I was like, ah.
I was like, wait, which one is Thomas Party?
that was on the international break.
The guy's laugh makes it so much better.
Thomas After Party is fucking brilliant.
Such good banter.
That is brilliant.
That is so good.
Oh my gosh. Alright, what have we got here?
This one, I think we went through it at the start, but this clip was posted on the 1st of March.
Okay.
I want to say one word.
Oh wait, not this one. The next one.
What? That is sick. Wait, who is that? Who's the keeper? Is it Leeds?
Yeah, no, I think
No, is it a championship?
Middlesbrough, I think.
Oh. Swansea.
Swansea.
No.
Yeah.
My
That is ridiculous.
goodness.
Yeah.
Surely that needs like a bit of a like thug life glasses thing after.
Yeah.
That is
My
insane.
Yeah, let's watch that one more time.
Yeah, that is crazy. What are the chances of that happening?
And it's amazing because he got rounded, so it's like he got done.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you know what, man, just shoot.
There was almost zero effort to pick it up, like
Yeah.
to take it. Like it's just like, oh, I'm
That's
done.
crazy.
Like my back's to the gate, to the shot. Different gravy, alright, man. Jesus. On the recovery, he's just like catching. Like that's nuts.
What would you, or how would you have played it off if that was you?
You have to do what he did. You just walk off like, yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
that's
100%.
You know what I
Yeah.
would have done?
Cristiano Ronaldo, Sui!
Alright, this is the last clip.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
This one was posted on the 1st of
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's when like Arsenal was on a high, like all the fans were like,
Buzzing, yeah, you're back.
We're back, we're back.
So
That's
This
it.
is-
I
this
said
is
a ball
coming
hero,
up.
right?
Yeah,
no,
it's
so this is this Saturday.
Yeah, this is
this
Saturday.
Saturday night, Arsenal United. Well, it won't be for Champions League because Spurs are going to get it. So
that's true. Off math, Asian math,
Asian math.
you'll get it.
I like
Okay.
this because if this is important for you guys, it means you're going to play nobody against us. So it means we're going to walk through the game tomorrow morning, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
There you go.
we don't have to talk about it.
Just done. It's just been there. Things are happening.
We got nothing more to say.
Nothing. Wait for the game.
Nothing more to say. Cool. And so now we end each Rondo episode with a football creative that kind of like we find really interesting or really inspiring, or that's just doing good work.
Yep.
As the guest of the show, would you like to kick it off, or would you want me to kick it off?
I'm kind of like torn between a couple. I don't know if is Kyle technically a football creative, only because I'm getting him to do work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind giving him a plug because I know you
Yeah,
work
totally,
here.
yeah. I love him. So you go. You take it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Like he's sick. So I don't know his full handle. I know his name's Kyle.
Yeah. I think it's
long.
at Kyle_H_now.
Yeah. Okay. So I know it's quite long.
Memory.
I remember I inboxed him once and I like tried to find it and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh my god,
yeah.
this is impossible. And then
Yeah.
I actually ended up going through your followers. I like stalked him through your followers. Yeah, no, I reckon he's awesome because he's like really understated. I think he's essentially unknown. Like, you know, but his work's incredible. Really cool minimalistic vibe. For me, I was looking for a rebrand for a long time. Saw that flower post that.
Oh yeah,
that
crazy.
Yeah, awesome.
Crazy.
Right? And I thought he just hit the nail on the head. Sent him some work. I've got a little collab coming with Alex from Talking Shop.
Yeah.
And we pitched him some ideas, like, you know, things that inspired us. Like we sent him a few like MLS logos and things. And like what he came back to us with, like I can't share it,
Yeah.
but it's
And I've seen it.
beyond good. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like I was sitting there with my wife and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm in love with this like top left one out of the 4. I said, but even the bottom left one is okay. So I was like praying because obviously it's a collab with Alex. I'm like, I hope he likes the same one as me. Like, because this is like elite. And he just nailed it. Like, I think he asked the right questions to us, and oh man, his work was just. He literally just got all the answers before he made anything, and then his work just talked for itself after that.
So Kyle is amazing, and like. So I introduced you to Kyle like when I reshared that stuff, but like that flower design he did, like Nike inspired, like emblem was incredible, and obviously he did the Rondo logo, which you guys see.
And he's doing my rebrand now as well.
He's doing your rebrand. Like, it's just insane. And like when he sent me the Rondo stuff, I was just like. And because like if you don't play football, or you're not like when you hear the word Rondo, it probably doesn't mean anything. So like when I explained to him like the drill and all that kind of stuff, and like what he came back with, amazing. Like, his interpretation is just.
And I think it's really nice to see because I think he's American, right? So his appreciation of people that also are interested in football, I think was like, oh wow, there's actually other people like-minded that are into it like he is, but you know, obviously in the States, it's a minnows, right? Like it's. It's
like and it's really interesting. The first time I ever spoke to him was I put an Instagram story about a HSP. And then he was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "It's a HSP." And they don't have that over there. So Kyle, if you're ever in town,
I think that they've got enough fast food. I think they get it.
You guys probably don't need it.
Loaded fries. It's essentially loaded fries. I'm assuming.
But better than loaded fries.
What's yours? What's your go-to artist?
For this episode, a guy whose account is called Referee Caillou.
Cool.
And I spoke to you about it before off camera. So he just does these posts about football in Singapore. So like the league, the national team, the women's team and stuff like that. And I stumbled across it, and it's done almost in a similar way like Versus, if you're not familiar with Versus. Like they do posts as like spoken word, poetry kind of like vibe, and he's doing the same thing for like a league that like, let's be honest, like no, like outside of that circle you probably don't know that much about. But obviously I was born in Singapore, so I stumbled across it, and I was like hooked. It's like awesome, and I started watching Lion City, who won the league last year, and like this is just me regurgitating stuff I don't know. They won the league last year. They won the Asian Champions League, obviously. That the first 2 matches got played in Thailand, and you know they won their second game, so they're like only the second team in Singapore's history to win an Asian Champions League game.
Crazy.
So yeah, I just love it. I think it's cool to get that kind of exposure to a different league. And
it's so good. I love that about like the fact that you know through Instagram especially you see so many designers, like concept kit people. Then there's like guys that, you know, illustrators and stuff. There's people who use like Procreate to like trace stuff, and it's nuts, right? But coming across those like niche ones where they've got like, you know, they're, you know, even if they're like, I guess 3032 is a good example, right? Because he's like the Australian version of that. And I'm sure there's so many others, right? But just having that, like, their niche makes their stuff so cool, because we might know, like, a percentage of like, Korean, say, culture, or example. But it just to see that and then, like, be able to relate, so good.
Yeah, so, no, I think, like, and that's been the beauty of it, like, when we met through, like, that kind of circle meeting, you know, through the, like, the football space on Instagram, like, Christian's become, like, in the football space, Chris, a fan favourite that people always ask for at the pop-ups. But no, I think it's super cool. And so, Referee Caillou, man, like, if I'm ever back in Singapore visiting, we'll have to link up and do some stuff together.
For sure. 100%.
Paul, this was the first episode of this structure. We're trying to change it up a little bit, make it a bit more engaging and a bit more interesting.
We'll see.
Tell the people where to find you. Give yourself a bit of a plug real quick, and then we'll wrap it up.
Oh man, I've been like full MIA for like 3 months. I think I've been like too busy working on some other things outside of PFC. So like obviously PFC Vintage. So PFCVintage.com. There's a lot coming actually. I've got some ideas in the works. Something a little bit more consistent for those people that like love the pop-up stuff. So for people based in Melbourne, there's going to be something a little bit more regularly for you, which is just going to be fun. So for someone like Christian that's on the hunt for a new Arsenal kit every few weeks. I'm looking for a new poster boy too, so I might have to hit you up.
Hey, he's done it.
But to be honest with you, I've been that busy like preparing for pop-ups. It takes so much time out of everything, and the good byproduct of that is I've got so many kids that I have not put online. So I think I calculated about 300 or 400 the other day that I need to still shoot. So I think you guys have already seen them. People that came to the pop-up have probably seen them too. Or maybe not Brisbane, but the people that came to the Sydney one would have seen most of them. So there's a lot still to go online. So I don't know. I don't think we'll be travelling too far very soon. I think the next few things that happen to be in Melbourne.
Which means we'll be out there.
So we'll see. I think for Melburnians, there's a lot coming, especially with the World Cup. So
Bang.
Stay tuned.
Perfect. That's it. We'll see you next time.